Namaste to all. Today we are bringing back Dr. Poonam on the platform. After her taking so many weeks with you, a lot of you already know her. I don't need to introduce her. Though by profession, she is an orthopedic surgeon. And we did receive the feedback from people that it really helped her with her 2 weeks on bones. But at the same time, the Navratri week, we had her and she explained her the new 9 forms of it. And today she is back to explain the mythology behind Holi. So Poonam, the platform is all yours. Good morning to you.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning to all the expanding Sesta family. When ma'am told me that, will you speak on Holi? I was like, yes, I should, because I have a very personal connection with Holi. I was born on Holi Purnima.
Oh.
Yeah, I was born on Holi Purnima, and that is why I was named Poonam. So I was like, okay, let's give this a shot and do our best and see where we can, whatever we can share with.
You already know it. You chose to be born on that day, which means you are already aware of it. And that's why you come with that colorful, multicolored.
Yeah. I was like, we should celebrate Holi. No, at least virtually, this is the best way to celebrate it. Wear color in all its forms.
Yeah. So Dr. Poonam, platform is all yours. You just can start.
Okay. So Holi is essentially good over evil, and Vishnu in one of its avatars. But here I'm going to cover a lot of sublime meanings on why this festival is celebrated. So when we read about Holi or see why it's being celebrated, there are various stories that come up. If you go as per the Shiv Puran, it is that Shiv goes into penance after Sati burns herself, when Daksh humiliates Shiv, and he's like, I don't want to be in the materialistic world anymore. I want to just do my penance and just retire outside the worldly life. And at the same time, there is this demon Tarakasur who's creating havoc everywhere, because Brahma has given him a boon that a 7-year-old will kill you, and that 7-year-old is supposed to be Shiv and Parvati's son. And if Shiv is in that top state, the penance mode, I am out, I want to move out of the worldly desires, unaware that Sati has been reborn as Parvati. So all the gods, they go to Kamadev and they say, we need to have a child which has to be born by Shiva and Parvati, and only then can Tarakasur be destroyed. And Kamadev volunteers to, go ahead and ignite that love and passion for inside Lord Shiva again, so that he can unite with Parvati, and the boon that was given to Tarakasur by Lord Brahma can be abolished, so that they can, get out all the demonic and negative things that are happening around the world in that time. And when Tarakasur does that, he, shoots his bow at Shiv. He actually creates a false spring environment, flowers and greenery. And he shoots his love bow at Shiva. And the minute Shiva opens his eyes, he's like, this is not me. And he sees Parvati coming, and all the desires come up. That is when, with this third eye, he destroys Kamadev and burns him to ashes. And then Kamadev's wife Rati, who's also known as Mayavati, she is pleading to Parvati that, my husband is dead. How is the world going to, have the... So Kamadev's main intention is that he has to generate desire for the humans to populate and evolve and grow. And if he's only abolished, what's going to happen of all the people who are existing? So Parvati says, forget that. How am I going to have a child with Shiva if he's not existing? If Kamadev is not existing, how will I bear a child, and how am I going to allow that child to destroy Tarakasura? So when Shiva and Parvati unite, which is the day of Mahashivratri. That is the day both Rati and Parvati plead to Shiva that, please make Kamadev alive again. So when he understands the whole reason on why this episode happens, he says, okay, I will make him alive again, but he will have no form. He will be Ananga. And that is how Kam desires. And Mayavati is an illusion. That is how our desires are always formless. You don't know how they come, how they go, how they generate, and how they get triggered. Okay, so this is one part. Then when Kartikeya is born, he is the one who destroys Tarakasura. So this rebirth of Kamadev and this reunion. So if you see the Panchang also, Holi always occurs 2 to 3 weeks after Mahashivratri. Approximately 15 days to 18 days after Mahashivratri. Once the reunion of Shiva and Sati has taken place, then Kama is, brought back to life in a formless form. So that's the correspondence of our Vedic stories with the current day followings of our festivals also. So that is why Holi is celebrated as per the people who follow Shiva. If you go through the Krishna consciousness, it is how Krishna plays with Radhas and the Gopikas and all that in color. But what is the reason behind it? It's a celebration of love, yes. But it is also that once you smear colors, you cannot recognize the person. Everyone looks like the other person. So the whole energy becomes we are one. And that is essentially the energy of the universal consciousness. So all of our festivals somewhere celebrate universal consciousness in one way or the other. And Holi also does pretty much the same thing. Now we come to the most commonly spread story about Prahlada and Hiranyakashyap and Holika. So I know most of the people will know this, but Prahlada is a great Vishnu Bhakt, and Hiranyakashyap is his father, who is a very, very tyrannic asur, who is destroying and capturing the world, who's conquered all the 3 lokas, and he is very agitated that instead of worshipping him, when the entire world is worshipping him, my son worships Vishnu. So he tries various ways of, kind of harming Prahlad or destroying him, but it's always futile. And then one fine day, he asks his sister, who is having a boon that fire cannot destroy her, to sit in that lighted fire with Prahlad on her lap so that Prahlad can get burnt. But what actually happens is she's the one who's destroyed while Prahlad is just chanting the name of Vishnu. And then an agitated Hiranyakashyap comes and he says, do you think Vishnu, where is Vishnu? He says, Vishnu is everywhere. Do you think Vishnu is in this red hot pillar? And he says, yes. So Hiranyakashyap just hits that pillar and breaks it into 2. And what emerges out of it is exactly what Hiranyakashyap didn't want to see or didn't know would exist, because he has this boon that I cannot be killed by a man or a beast. I cannot be killed that day or night. I cannot be killed inside my house or outside. I cannot be killed on earth or in space. I cannot be killed by hand or weapon. And then there is this Narasimha Avatar who's half lion and half man. So neither beast nor man. Okay. And he comes in and lifts Hiranyakashyap and puts him at the threshold of his house, his palace. So he's neither inside the house nor outside the house. He places him on his thigh, which is neither space nor earth. And then he kills him with his claws, which is neither hand nor weapon. So that is how Hiranyakashipu dies. But what is the story behind it is that they were actually in previous lives. They were 2 brothers. Jaya and Vijaya, who were the Dwarpals of Vaikuntha, where Vishnuji resides with Lakshmiji. And they did not allow the four Kumars to enter when they wanted to. So they were given a curse that if they want to join back to their position again as Dwarpals of Vaikuntha, they either choose 3 lifetimes as enemies of Vishnu or 7 lifetimes as devotees of Vishnu. So these two are so much in love with Vishnu and such huge devotees of Vishnu that they choose to be born as 3 lifetimes of enemies of Vishnu. So one of these lifetimes is Hiranyaka and Hiranyakashyap as brothers. The other lifetime is Ravan and Kumbhakarna as brothers. And the third lifetime is Shishupal and Bankara as brothers. And in all the 3 lifetimes, they get destroyed by Vishnuji in one or the other avatar so that they can go back to becoming Dwarpals of Vaikuntha. So these are all the sublime things. But why we celebrate Holi is because the general mass consciousness is that Prahlad was saved by Vishnuji. That's why we light Holi and celebrate Holi, because it's good over evil. But there is also a scientific thing behind burning that fire. There is a change of weather, the bacteria are up in the air, and fire is one of the strongest elements which can clean and heal your aura. So when there is a sudden switch of environment, what actually happens is scientifically a lot of bacterial growth starts happening, which was a damp environment. It's neither dry, it's neither too hot, it's somewhere damp in middle. It's just a seasonal change that's occurring at this time. So that is why we light that fire, that when we move around it, whatever aura cleansing is required, whatever heat is required for the skin bacteria to get destroyed and not harm us, is why we light Holi. Also as a significator of Holika Dahan, yes, but this is the scientific wisdom that lies in our traditions. It's starting of spring. So what do we light Holi with? Actually, if you go to see in the farms or in the rural areas, is all the dried crop, the dead crop, the wasted crop, so that it goes back to the earth instead of just lying like that. So Holi holds many rhythms at various levels. It's what level we choose to vibrate from and inherit that vibration within us. But at the core of it, it is always a celebration of the universal consciousness. Not just the good over evil, but the celebration of we are one. Because the seasons are changing, we want to play with watercolors, because scientifically we should be keeping our body at a lower temperature. There's heat. We should not get it too dehydrated. Hence the scientific wisdom of splash water. Body will remain cool. So that is the whole scientific process behind how our festival is celebrated, not just why our festival is celebrated.
That was absolutely amazing, Poonam. Can you, according to the understanding of or the significance of this festival, do downloads for all of us?
Okay, ma'am. The creator of all that is, it is commanded to download and instill in each one of us that we know and understand the universal consciousness as per the creator's definition and perspective of the 7th plane of the creator of all that is. That we know what it feels like to vibrate with the energy of universal consciousness, that we know how to, when to, and it's safe and possible for us to do so. And we choose and allow ourselves to do so with ease and grace at the level at which we are ready. into every cell of our body, every area of our life, at all the four levels of our belief work for our highest and best, in the highest and best way for us. May this download be done in all the languages each one of us has ever learned or understood. Thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. Creator, please show me. That we know and understand the Creator's definition and perspective of celebrating life and enjoying its colors as per the Creator's definition and perspective of the seventh plane of the Creator of all that is. That we know what it feels like to celebrate life and the colors of life. That we know how to, when to, and it's safe and possible for us to celebrate life and celebrate colors of life. And that we choose to now and allow ourselves to do so with ease and grace into every cell of our body, every area of our life, at all the four levels of our belief work for our highest and best, in the highest and best way for us. Thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. Creator, please show me. That we know and understand the Creator's definition and perspective of going beyond desires and illusions, that we know how to do so, what it feels like to do so, and it's safe and possible for us to do so. That we choose and allow ourselves to look beyond the desires and illusions, and that it is completely safe and possible for each one of us at the level at which we are ready for. Into every cell of our body, every area of our life, at all the four levels of our belief work for our highest and best, in the highest and best way for us. Thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. Creator, please show me. That we all understand that Holi also means what is gone, and we let go of our past with ease and grace. That we understand the Creator's definition and perspective of letting go of our past. That we know what it feels like to do so. That we know how to, when to, and it's safe and possible for us to let go of our past, and that it is completely safe and possible for each one of us into every cell of our body, every area of our life, at all the four levels of our belief work for our highest and best, in the highest and best way for us. Thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. Creator, please show me. That we understand that the good and bad both reside within us, but what we choose is what we become. So we know and understand the Creator's definition and perspective of vibrating with the energy of good as per the Creator's definition and perspective of the seventh plane of the Creator of all that is. What it feels like to vibrate with the energy of good, that you know how to, when to, it's safe and possible for you, and that you choose to vibrate with the energy of good rather than vibrating with the energy of bad, and that it is completely possible with the right discernment and the right alignment, being constantly connected to the Creator at all times into every cell of our body, every area of our life, at all the four levels of our belief work for our highest and best, in the highest and best way for us. Thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. Creator, please show me. to the creator of all that is. It is commanded to download and instill in each one of us to celebrate all colors of our life to the fullest. And that every color exists in our life for a reason. And we know what it feels like to do so, that we know how to, when to, and safe and possible for us. We choose and allow our own selves to celebrate and experience each and every color of our life that has come in for a reason, for our highest and best, in the highest and best way for us, with complete ease and grace, and it's possible. Into every cell of our body, every area of our life, at all the four levels of our belief work for our highest and best, in the highest and best way for us. Thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. Creator, please show me. May I pass healing to all of you. That we understand Holi in its true perspective as per the creator's definition and perspective of the seventh plane of all that is. Holy means baat holy, the thing is of the past. Holy also means मैं परमात्मा की holy, connected with the divine. That you know what it feels like to understand the true essence of holy, that you know how to, when to, and it's safe and possible for you to do so into every cell of your body, every area of our life, at all the four levels of your belief work for your highest and best, in the highest and best way for you. Thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. Creator, please show me. May this download be done to all the listeners at the level of their readiness. Thank you. And if you wish to add anything, please do.
No, I think it's perfect. Thank you, Poonam. That was absolutely fantastic.
Thank you, ma'am, for always giving me this opportunity.
I just have a question, and I don't understand mythology much, so I don't even speak about it much. I just understand all the religion from the perspective of the consciousness with that it brings within us, and that's what, like during teaching the class, also I share with you all. Now, whatever stories we hear from Shiva, that in today's story also, that he becomes impulsive, he gets angry, and then he kills a particular form, and then after a while he changes the form of Kamdev in this story. Or the story of Ganesha, why he has the elephant trunk. Again, we hear that Parvati has gone for a bath, and Ganesha was assigned the task to look after it, and Shiva comes after lot of years of meditation or whatever time frame, he comes after a long time. He doesn't know Ganesha is his own son.
Right.
And since Ganesha doesn't allow, he cuts the Ganesha's head. Now, when we speak about a consciousness which is enlightened, the third eye opening, Shiva is being connected to our third eye opening and awakening ourselves. So the energy which is aware and knows everything and is being portrayed or depicted, or at least that's what I understand. Probably it is not portrayed that way, but for a layman like me, that is what the understanding. Why is it being shown as something which is so impulsive and does action and then repairs the action, and in that repairing the action, a form has been changed, whether the form of Kamadev from, like it had been changed from having a form to a formless, or Ganesha, what we depict is like it is the big ears, is a listener and a trunk and all. I mean, is there anything, because we never hear that with the Vishnu, any of the Vishnu avatar, like, it is Vishnu avatar has always been shown as like, thinks about it, whether it was Ram or Krishna, that has thought, is very grounded.
So, ma'am, we need to realize that Shiva as a concept or as a deity was made to be a destroyer of evil. His role is to destroy. Whatever he is destroying is also with an enlightened awareness only. It is not ignorance. It is an enlightened. See, if he had Kamadev as a form, it would be Kamadev's will to ignite desires. The minute he made Kamadev formless, now it becomes the choice and the will of the human. That what he is choosing, how he is choosing, because it's a formless thing. So that concept of choice and free will for human evolution is very, very necessary. See, whether these stories happened or not is not the thing, but what is this, the wisdom that is transcending through his stories. So the enlightenment makes form formless, right? And desire has to be formless. Only then, अगर हमको पता है कि desire कैसा दिखता है, तो हम अपनी बुद्धि से नहीं करेंगे. अगर हमको पता है संगीता या पूनम या ये ऐसे दिखते हैं, हम इनको एक एल्बम में वैसे ही खोजेंगे. बट जिस चीज का फॉर्म नहीं है, which is, so if you understand, Kamdev is married to Mayavati or Rati. Mayavati is Maya Vati, queen of illusion. So once the desire becomes formless, it is left to the illusion to choose what desire one wants. That is the wisdom behind the stories. And Shiva doesn't do anything with unawareness, because whatever destruction happens is with his total awareness. Something has to be destroyed so that something can evolve. The karma as a figure had to be destroyed for the human illusion to make desires, strive through it, evolve their souls to reach where they're supposed to.
I got it. And that was wonderfully explained, because to me, like, why do we even portray? Because when we share these stories with children, they think it is fine to get angry. It is fine. The children don't understand. Like,
because the thing is, the essence of the stories is lost.
Yeah.
It is, इसने इसको ऐसा किया, इसने इसको ऐसा हुआ, फिर ऐसा हुआ. But ये किया, तो ये हुआ. तो इसका हमारे लाइफस्टाइल पे क्या फर्क है, वो नहीं बताते हैं.
I remember when Ramayana and Mahabharata was very famous in India. I'm talking about few years back when it came on TV, Ramayana and sagas, and like everyone will be hooked to Ramayana and Mahabharata. And my son was very young, I guess, 3 years old or something. And he came back to me, and I thought my son must see it, so many good values I'm giving. But what he learned was that everyone who goes to jungle becomes God. And then he's telling me, why does Papa has got me only one mummy? Because Krishna had 64,000 wives. Why do I have only one mother?
Now, Arhan told Harish yesterday, I don't like this mama. Get me 2 new mamas from the US. I don't like this one. She doesn't allow me to have candies.
So for me, it was that, like, absolutely, like, because child does not understand
Right.
the deeper meanings of it, and what they picked up was, oh, I mean, this is what they all are hooked to, and they are seeing, and this worship.
But that is,
And then if this
it's again,
form can have 64,000 wives, my father can also have 64,000 wives.
yeah. So actually, if you go ahead in the story of Kama does take a form later as Pradyumna, who is Krishna and Rukmini's son. Okay. And his best friend is Vasanta, which is spring season. But what they want to depict in that way is that, it is the lust that is converted to love. So lust can be converted to love. It's not just your lusting and desires. You have to give it a form. It has to come out of the essence of love. So there are so many things in our scriptures that are on various levels so intertwined that, it's like a PhD in itself if you sit to do it.
We will bring you back for the same again and again, because it's truly an honor to understand it from you. And I thoroughly enjoyed today's session. I don't know about others, but I genuinely, truly enjoyed. And for all of you, Dr. Poonam is traveling to USA tonight itself for a medical conference. So Poonam, on the entire Team Sesta and Daily Theta platform, on behalf of all of them, we wish you good luck.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You really do good there, and I mean, India rocks, you rock.
Thank you very much. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, and for everyone, just a reminder, the Generation Gap workshop, whoever has still not paid, please do so, because 20th is the last day when you will still get it at the original price. And as we had announced, this was done at this price only for the Daily Theta group. And if after that you are paying, it will be 4,500. So if you have not yet done, please do your registration quickly. And we'll be working more towards the Holi. I will see tomorrow, like, what is the new thing which we come up with. And thank you so much. Lots of gratitude, Dr. Poonam, Harish.
Thank you. Happy Holi to each and every one of you. जो बात होली वो छोड़ दीजिए और आप परमात्मा के हो लीजिए.
Very well said. Thank you, Poonam.
Thank you.